Someone sold this attack power max for 50K? What? Is that RMD or something? Like, oh, dude. Yo. What? Yo, what is going on, man? I'm holding my fingers crossed on my nipple right now. I'm hoping that no normal players are buying that, because once again, you generate a certain amount of gold per week, and you need to use that to spec up. It's a vertical game. It's an ARPG, right? You need to spend your gold wiser than the guy next to you, right? Yo, what up, boys and seals? I just got home after that T1 versus Gen G game. A little bit of hungover. I got home, checked my DMs. I saw some alarming stuff. So here I am recording a video. It might be a long one, but I'm gonna get everything off my chest. It's about the accessories. So I'm on NA East right now, but I'll go over to KR as well. I just wanted to give you guys my market watch that I promised. And like I said, I saw some DMs, some questions, some alarming posts that you guys have linked. Tier for accessory info sheet. There's so many things wrong about this. On the right hand side, like, this is why I don't advise TLDR posts. You could just take it so out of context. They're just like, they don't even talk about quality, like recommended accessories. Buy one Asian with one mid-roll. Too expensive early on. Like, stay in tier. Man, dude, there's nothing I could agree with. And people are saying, how do you even get enough shards? So we'll talk about that, since people don't watch my videos or watch where we talked about this for 6 hours on stream. Yeah, for those that don't know, I do have a video on my main channel about the quality as well as the probability. The probability. You need to know the probability as well as the best in slot stats, whether you're cutting relic or ancient. So you need to know these things. Like, you can't just like do these little info. They're not even correct. You can't just skip around, right? You just can't skip around. You're going to lose. And I'll show you the losers if you don't believe me. I've been showing you the losers on my highlight channel right here, right? These guys throwing away their shards. And people are saying, how do I get more shards? And people are throwing away shards, right? It's happening, guys. It's still happening. So I'll keep doing this. I'll keep covering it. But you need to know the odds of winning. You don't just buy mid-roll accessory, Asian, and then roll it yourself without knowing the odds, as well as like not knowing the quality. There are people come in my chat with max rolls. If you don't know what that means, right? You didn't watch the video, right? They're coming in here with max rolls. And it's on a 50 quality, 53 quality. Like, you're not getting full. Yeah, it could still be used, but you're not getting the full enlightenment points. I mean, you do want full enlightenment points, right? Eventually. So please do check out like this video, all factual, just math. Same thing with when you can open the Ark passive for cheap, as well as how to get ripped off. So we're gonna talk about cheap as well as getting ripped off. Right? Some of you guys, you have heard me say this over and over, and this is not who the video is for. This is for people that are still lost, and I'll do some with you. I did it last stream. I got a max roll, and I told you what to do with the max roll after the first cut. And it's not because Zio said so, right? What did I say, guys, in this video? Do not listen to whoever. I said read the market. I told you guys to read the market. Look at the math as well as the pattern, the supply and demand, right? Do not listen to so-and-so, okay? All right? Just look at the math, read the market. You need to learn to do that. That's what I'm teaching you guys when I cut the accessories today, in this video later on when I hop over to Korea, as well as when I did it on stream. You don't just cut it and then just scream your nuts off like I did. You need to calm down and see whether you should sell it after one cut, or should you even cut it in the first place? What are the conditions? After you cut it, should you sell it? If you got a max roll, like a weapon power that I got, I'll show you guys. Or why I didn't fully cut it. You need to look at the market. Look at the market, because the market is changing so much every day. So here we go. Let's talk about the NA East market watch that I promised you guys. So we have this right here. Ancient. Now, Ancient and Relic is a different category. This is going to be a long one. And I could already tell. It's going to be a long video, okay? 200K for what? Crit damage, low roll. All right, let's keep going. This one was a pretty good purchase. High intelligence, main stat, outgoing damage 2%, right? 94 quality. 200K, pretty good. As you can see right here, additional damage 1.6, mid roll, and sold for 340K. Ooh. Ooh. Whoa. Right? Like, what? Weapon power, attack power. Like, look, dude, I don't really feel bad for these ancient users because I'm going to categorize them as whales. Hopefully, they're not all whales. But if you're not a whale and you're in the ancient territory, you need to watch this because, man, these guys are losing mad gold, right? Losing mad gold. Let me talk about this one as well. These are what I call angels or duds, dud ancient accessories, right? So the duds are selling for 100K, or are they though? Because I'm looking at the recents. Well, I guess some, yeah. I guess some. They're not selling that good. But the dud accessories, I told you guys in the height of FOMO in Korea, it went up to 166K. Now it is, it dropped to 3K. It's 4K, 5K now. So what I'm trying to say is ancient accessories, if you're buying duds, you're paying the price of rushing, right? You're going to replace these guys. Whether you buy this, right? Where is that one? That guy who bought it for 200K. This one, low, right? Whether you buy this for 200K or you buy a dud, I know, I get it. You guys want to buy this to open your Ark passive. You want to feel, not just Ark passive, but you want to go into the class node, the last row, tier 4 class node, where for some classes, it's really, really fun. It changes your gameplay. I get it, but that's what you have to pay. I mean, that's what you don't have to pay, but that's what you are paying to play, right? You are paying 200K. You guys gonna replace all of this, okay? You guys gonna replace all of this. Trust me, man. I know the person who has the most ancient accessory, who spent the most, who made the most gold, who rolled the most, right? Who studied up the most should know, okay? Don't just listen to one guy who has, you know, who maybe did it one time, okay? Like, I'm just telling you guys, it's not only just like read the market, but you gotta know that like the truth is this, like it's gonna go down in price. These dud accessories will drop in price. I think you guys know that. Just in case some people haven't watched any of my videos about accessories, if you are buying this for 100K, they will go down over time. They may end up at 10K, 5K, and you may be buying this because maybe you don't have shards. I get it, but the price of FOMO, the price of rushing, it exists. You could just open Ark passive as a hard mode player with 1 or 2 or 3 pieces of ancient accessories. Like, you don't have to open Ark passive if you're 60 to 80 with all ancient accessories. You could incorporate 1 or 2, 3, 4, if you want to do all 5. But you could also open it just with Relic. You could just do it with Relic. And as you get the shards, you can get it yourself without paying these prices, or just wait it out until ride out the storm for the prices to go down, right? Because some people may be thinking like, for right now, this may be a good deal, right? Like, where's that one I just looked at? This one? I mean, this could last a while, but like there's some like some people may be thinking like, oh, this one mid-roll, right? Like, oh, that's a good deal. Or let's look at let's see, one refined, and then yeah, let's look at one refined. Let's look at what they're buying. Okay. Oof. So I don't see. Okay. Combat HP, attack power. So crit rate mid-roll, they buy this for 200K. Hopefully not after that Reddit post, because like mid-rolls also will drop drastically over time. In Korea, it's about 40K for that. Attack power max. Wait, what? What? Someone sold this attack power max for 50K? It better be a friend, man. Attack power max. Dude, somebody didn't watch my video. It has pretty good main stat as well. Okay. Someone overpaid for this one, right? Like, the thing is, guys, like, even if you like max will like last you a while, but that's even the thing, right? Like, how do you know how long your max roll is gonna last? How long do you know that mid roll is gonna last? Even mid rolls, you could get away with it in Korea, but people are transitioning to something better as prices also come down for max rolls or max low rolls and stuff like that. People are starting to replace it, or as I said in this video in the pinned comment, or as I showed you guys in the last stream, as you have shards later on, you want to do this throughout tier 4, guys. Throughout tier 4, like I logged into my gunslinger and she had like what, Was it Gunslinger? She had 1,200 shards. I was like, what? Like over the period of tier 4, guys, like it hasn't even been that long in Korea. You're just gonna be continuously pumping these shards, and you will cut the ones that drop if you want to, right? Let's say you get an 80 quality from Braille or future raids, or like, you know, in A gear hard, right? It drops like ancient, and then you cut them. We're talking about ancient right now, and you cut them, and then let's say you cut like an 890, and then you get a max roll, right? I told you the probability. And I told you, like, for me, I know when it's gonna proc because like it's just probability. So like it procs, and you could give it to your current character if it's an upgrade, or you want to give it to your alt that also hit hard, like 1680. I mean, okay, that's way easier to explain. 1680 plus is ancient territory. Even normal raiders will eventually hit 1680 because 1660 is A gear normal, and then you do Braille normal, and then the next whatever raid may be 1680 normal. So yes, eventually you guys will go into ancient territory. So what I'm trying to say is that the shards, you'll keep generating them, and throughout tier 4, when you get like decent quality accessories, you may just tap them and see if you get a mid or max roll, and then you could either sell those like I do, or you could decide to just upgrade your main just to keep up, right? Like this game is all about keeping up, not just your eye level, but your gems have to reflect your cards, engravings, the arc, you know, the arc passive. Now you're gonna see the arc passive points, the bracelet, like everything has to be like going up equally, right? So yeah, so don't. So what I'm trying to say for the 10th time is, if you're gonna pay this for your ancient accessories, you're paying to rush, right? They're all gonna get replaced unless you buy a max, okay? Or max mid, okay, I could see that lasting almost the entire tier 4, who knows? Like, let's say you're 1705 high level in the future, you have nowhere to really go with your goal. You have level 8 gems, level 9 is out of, like, it's just out of reach, right? Out of reach. Accessories may be the best bang for your buck, which is what I'm doing right now in Korea. If I want to gain 4% damage, I have to spend about 2 million gold on a max necklace. Now you may be thinking, wow, that's crazy expensive. But where I'm at, I mean, first of all, do I even need that? No, but like if I want to get that, there's nowhere else to go. Going level 9 to 10 gems costs more. Getting the weapon hones costs more. You see what I'm saying? Like relic engravings in Korea costs more to get 4%. Going back to what I'm saying, so yeah, the market as well as gatekeeping, I guess, or keeping up with the general audience dictates all of what I just said, right? Now, let's look at the ones that are not being, like, look at these ones, right? People are buying the one that has one cuts. The one cuts are cheaper than non-cuts. So the non-cuts, people, I guess, want to buy these, or whales want to buy these and then try their luck because they know their odds after watching my video. Once again, I showed you in the video how to calculate this, right? Uncut versus full cut. You need 450 shards fully cut it. The duds are going for 100K. They want to buy these and try their luck with their own 450 shards because they know their odds, right? They watch my video. So they're buying these and they have 450 shards. Now, if they're buying these and the 450 shards, ooh, that is going to be costly. That's where the angels come in, right? The angels. People are selling these for 500 gold, and I have to make a video telling people not to throw their shards away. You're going to need shards for the remainder of the expansion. And if you're thinking, well, I have these 1640 rat alts and I'm never gonna play them, I'm never gonna hone them, you should still, you know, get these necklaces and give it to your main, right? Like you should still mail it to your main instead of selling it like this, because you're selling your shards away. You're giving your shards to another roster. I mean, once again, if you need the gold this bad, then do what you need to do, but that's not what I would do. The market is telling me it's not really worth to sell it at this rate. But yeah, so you need to buy about like, yeah, I could tell you right now, man, even if you have peons, if you're buying the shards and cutting and buying this uncut to try your luck to get a max roll, ooh, that is like whale territory. I just don't think that's worth it. All right, I have never even done that in Korea, and I had like over 100 million gold going into tier 4. Even I didn't do that, but hey, man, and for people that say like, you know, I don't have shards for ancient, right? Did you throw your shards away? If you have been playing perfectly, mailing, like I said in my tier 4 guide, remember your 1640 rat alts that you plan on never raising to 1680, you can not only mail these, but you can cut it and then mail the fully cut to your main, and then you can disassemble it on your main for a 24 shard or 40% return on the shards. So you're moving it from one character to the other. So you can keep doing that. Or if you have like a full relic 1660 kind of like roster, that's your goal, then what you could do is, instead of using your mains shards, another option is for you to either send a good quality relic accessory to your rat alt. The 1640 you're never going to raise to 1680, and then they could cut the accessory for you, and then you mail it back to your main so that your main is not using the shards. So your main shard is intact. Why do you want to keep the shards intact? So that once you hit 1680 one day, you're not like this guy right here, right? You're not struggling. So how do you even get more shards to cut ancient pieces? So there's so many conditions, right? You could come anytime to my Twitch and ask me after watching this, say, hey, I watched this video, I still have questions. I'll always take my time out for you. I'll try my best. But the thing is, let's say you have a 1660 times 4 roster and 2 1640s, or maybe 3 1660s and 3 1640 roster or something like that. And your main, you want to go to 1680 one day, then you might have to think about like not using preserving the shards on that main, and sending your high quality the relic accessories to some other characters you're going to take really slow, or rat alts, and then cut the accessory for you and then mail it back to your main and use that for the time being. Keyword time being, placeholder, right? You're going to replace it, right? You're going to replace it. Like, and also when you do replace it, you can just shard it, right? So you could shard it, and then you'll have even more shards to transition into the ancient territory. And another thing about these accessories, if you do buy a good one, if you're a whale, what I'm doing is I buy, like, for example, like, let's say I look at the tradability, because let's say I buy, all right, let's look at the sold. Okay. So let's look at the sold ones. This is real time. Ooh, someone bought a dud, right? Ooh, someone bought a dud. Yikes. Remember, guys, if you buy dud, these are going to eventually crash, guys, and you're going to replace these, even the mid rolls, right? And you can replace these, like, replacing the mid rolls. Can you do it as a free to play? Yeah. Are the odds that bad? No. Like, you could get a max roll, but it's not going to be fast. This one is a mid roll. Wow, he pays so much, right? So let's say you buy this with 2 tradabilities, right? Let's say that like the accessory market calms down, right? What you would do is eventually mail this to your second character, your second in command, because mid roll is pretty good. Let's just say max mid, you sniped it off the auction house for a decent price 3 months from now because it's calmed down or something, or you farmed enough gold or bought enough gold. Then I would like to trade these. I would send it to my alt, or I could just try to sell it back. But usually I just do hand-me-downs. That's what I'm doing. But what I'm trying to say is, like, have a plan. Like please have a plan. Look at everything. Look at the tradability. Look at the main stat. That's nice main stat. Look at the rolls, the reforged bonuses. They're all trash. Someone bought it for 120K. That's because what? There's no, I mean, like, what? There's nothing good about it. Nothing good. Is absolute trash. It's dud. People just want to open the Ark passive, and they don't want to wait till the prices calm down. They probably don't have the shards, right? I get it. Koreans did the same thing. It went up to 166K. But then eventually, within less than a month, it crashed to 10K, guys. So you need to know what, like, after knowing this, and you still want to proceed, please, by all means, right? And one thing I want to say about opening, like, let's say you're a 16, I know I'm going all over the place. I apologize, but just think of this as more of a highlight or a VOD than an actual edited video. But if you are a normal Andy, you're 1660, here's my rule of thumb. I honestly think that you should open Ark passive as cheap as possible. If you don't have rat alts, it is what it is, right? This everything I say depends on your roster. It's so roster dependent. That's why you got to look at everything. You have to look at all the different options, all the numbers, and then decide. But the thing is, what I would do is, if I have a lot of rat alts, 1640 alts, or they're not close to being 1660, let's say you have 5 1640s and 1 1660, what I would do is I would send the accessories that are good quality from my 1660 to my other characters that are behind, and then cut them and then mail it back to my main. That's one way to do it. You save peons, you save gold, but what's the loss? A little bit of gold, because these guys cut it for you, right? So they spent the gold for you. The loss is you lose about like what you only gain back 40% shards, right? We're talking about shards on that roster. Okay, shards on that roster, character, because you're buying somebody else's shards, right? And when you mail the accessory to your 6040 alts and then you mail it back, right? You're losing the shards on that character. So if those 1640s are not going to be 1660 for a long time, they're not going to be 1680 for a long time, then that is one option you can do. Mail the accessory from your 1660, right? And then to your 1640s, your 5 1640s. So necklace to one guy, earring, each piece to another 2 6040s. You get the point, right? And because you're taking it so slow with those other 1640s, by the time they get to 1680, they're going to be swimming in shards. That's the plan, right? That's the plan. So that you could cut your own ancient accessories. So you never have to like depend on the auction house. Another thing is, if you don't want to do that, or if you don't have a roster like that, then what you can do is just buy dud accessories, right? Like the thing is, like don't listen to me, listen to the math, right? Listen to the math. This is what I said in this video, right? How do I go Ark passive as cheap as possible? The slower, like the more ancient gear you have, the crappier accessories you can get away with, right? The crappier accessories you can get away with. And nobody's going to gatekeep off your relic accessories if you're DPS in normal territory, like normal A gear territory. If you have Arc passive enabled and you have like full ancient gear and you have the proper settings, like, you know, you have your legendary engravings and blah, 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 then you'll be fine. I mean, you guys have already cleared normal A gear just fine without Arc passive. So you just need to keep up with the rest of the crowd. So I would just buy duds. Here's my general rule of thumb is I will not spend more than 15 to 20K per accessory as a relic enjoyer, because you may be like, oh, but I want to get this crit damage, or I want to get that. This is for DPS, right? Support is different, but let's see, like, so I guess these guys are just buying off angels for shards. These are probably whales, but like I would not, let's see, is there anybody overpaying? Like brand 8% makes sense. I explained why in my, like this one right here, right? Like 4% crit damage. It's under 20K. Like, okay, buying something under 20K is okay, I guess, because like you can make back the gold, right? Like treat yourself. Just don't fool yourself, in my opinion. Let me see this one. Like this one, you know, you want to get a little bit of that crit damage and crit rate. Okay. 15K, it's not going to kill you, right? That's what I'm trying to say. It's not going to end you. You're not paying 100K or 200K or 500K like the other guy, or 680K like the other guy, right? So 15K, is it like a, oh my God, is it the end of the world mistake? No, you can recover. So that's like my limitation. Like, you know, like this guy right here, dude, this guy, you know, just bought off an angel. He benefited, dude. That angel lost, dude, right? Unless he needed that gold real bad. Remember, guys, the shards leaving your account. Unless you're going to be 60-40 for like 8 months, you shouldn't be doing this. But yeah, like the thing is, you know, like I would say like 15 to 20K for DPS is where you could like mess around with. Like it's like the upper limit, the stratosphere. I would try to get it as cheap as possible, whether I cut it myself. Like I said, if I have a broad roster, I explained that, or just benefit off these dumb angels, right? They haven't watched guides. Just get Arc passive as cheap as possible. So I'll get a necklace there. I won't even look at the stats, to be honest. I mean, yeah, obviously you should look at the stats. Attack power, 390 is better than 80. Outgoing damage, so this one will be better than this, right? And then look at the main stats, right? Just as a practice, it has higher main stat. So I would get this. Or I would like, you know, I would just search here, right? I would just search refine bonus. So let's go for necklace, additional damage. You could price check additional damage. So let's say additional damage 1.6. Okay, 5K, paying 2K more, right? You could treat yourself here. Like 5K won't kill you, right? 5K won't kill you. But what I'm trying to say is like set up, please, an upper limit for relic accessories. Relic accessories you will definitely replace as a normal raider, whether it's this year or the start of next year, right? There's going to be a normal raid down the road. That's going to be 1680 or 1690 or 1700. We're going to keep going up, guys, right? That's what I'm trying to say. The relic accessories as DPS, you will replace ancient accessories. Duds, you replace the fastest, and then the low rolls, and then the mid roll, and then you get the point, right? You get the point. Like, it's like, just think of it like the ocean water increasing. It's gonna get flooded unless you're high enough. So what is the high enough? I don't really know, man. We don't know where tier 4 is headed. It could be one max roll. It could be max mid roll one day. Who knows? All I'm trying to say is accessories, the lower the grade is, the lower the rolls are, they're going to get either replaced because you're getting gate capped or because you naturally progress up to whether 1660 to 1680, you go into ancient territory, or as you generate the shards over the tier, you're gonna cut the accessories that drop, and you're going to get the max rolls, guys. You're going to get the mid rolls, guys. So for those that are buying the duds right now, you're going to replace them, whether naturally or once again by whaling or using the auction house. Blah 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 blah. That's all I wanted to say. So for relic boys out there, I wouldn't really overpay for relics, guys. I would, like I said, open Ark passive as cheap as possible. Hold on to your shards and just keep playing the long game. I mean, there's no downside to it. Crit damage, like this is like a waste of gold. Like once again, if you're whale, oh, no tradability. Like once again, if you're whale, who cares, right? It doesn't matter. But you know, like this is just like, it's not needed. Is what I'm trying to say. It's not needed. Is it like game over for him? No, like you can recover the 50K, but like this one right here, like, yeah, I would not buy those. Like I some people come to my chat with those kind of rolls and they're like, Zeus, man, Zeus, like, do you think I'm gonna make a lot of gold off this? Yeah, you might fool some idiots like that for sure, but you ain't gonna fool people that watch my videos or watch my streams. Because I tell them, like, sell me this pen, right? I ask them, sell that ring of yours to my chat or me. Ain't nobody gonna buy that for 50K. Ain't nobody. Dude, I'd be reluctant to even give you 15K for that, right? I would be even that cheap. In my chat, they smarten the hell up. My viewers are winning, right? I can't help everybody. Not everyone's gonna click this video or my streams, right? And that's the price they're gonna pay, paying 50K. Right? I mean, once again, it's not the end of the world. They'll recover. This one, brand 8%. That's different. That's for support. I get it. All right, let's look at anything else here. Crit rate, max roll, 27K. Overpaying, but once again, it's not the end of the world. This is all today. All today, guys. We looked at that. Like, that looks like it's not going to be replaced. He may be thinking, well, I'm going to stay normal for a while. Still, like, dude, it's just, nah, man. It's just, nah, dude. I'd rather spend that gold elsewhere, try to get more tier 4 characters or something, right? Like 50K right there. Like, you just don't need that in the normal territory, in the 1660 to 1679 territory. You're going to be popping off once you have full ancient pieces of gear. You're just going to pop off. So it's just like the thing about tier 4 is, how smart do you want to spend your gold? Like, you have a fixed generation of gold per week, and how do you want to spend that wisely so you could generate more gold per week? And like, yes, you could do this. You could buy this and you'll feel good about yourself, but you're giving somebody your gold away, and that person is going to pretty much, if they smarten up with their gold, they're going to generate more gold than you. What? Is that RMD or something? Like, oh, dude. Yo. What? Yo, what is going on, man? I'm holding my fingers crossed on my nipple right now. I'm hoping that no normal players are buying that, because once again, you generate a certain amount of gold per week, and you need to use that to spec up. It's a vertical game. It's an ARPG, right? You need to spend your gold wiser than the guy next to you, right? Oh, I saw it coming. I told you guys yesterday. There it is. What did I tell you guys to do? Keep cutting, or what do you do now? What do you do now? Check auction house first. Got it. Yo, Rockzaw got it. Correct answer. Look at the now calm down. What do you do next? What do you do next? Do I keep tapping with these shards when I made 220K with 75 shards? You check the auction house, right? That's what I sent you a guide. I taught you how to do this. So let's look at triple cut. Guys, what do? Fully cut is lower. Do I gamble my luck for max mid? 0.28%? I mean, if I get a low attack, increase the value a little bit. A little bit. Now, you may be like, oh, should I shoot for that, Seals? Check the odds. Because, like, if I keep rolling, I lose gold, too. I lose gold. I lose shards and gold. Shards are gold. What did I say in this video? Right here. In all of tier 4, you want to improve your accessories. I could keep this and then give it to a new class, or I could give it to my Slayer. Because this is what you want to do throughout tier 4. It's like this. Do you want to make gold now? Or do you want to give it to your loved alt or main? Put your big boy pants on and decide.